So thank you so much for keeping it KTN Farmers TV. My name is Susan Mwangi and this is Get It Right. So we will be taking it up from where we had left. We are talking about avocado farming and the outlook in the international market. And with us is Ongeri, who is an expert working with Greenwise Innovators. Ongeri, let's discuss about the pests and diseases that affect avocado farming.
They usually don't get affected by the diseases and the pests, but they are not exceptional also. The avocado usually gets affected by the fungal diseases, and to mention but a few, we have the anthracnose fungal disease, which usually comes during the wet season. If there is much rain and then maybe the plant is planted in a damp place, you'll expect the anthracnose to affect the plant. We also have the stem rot. The stem rot disease is a fungal disease also. This one affects the branches. We also have the root rot. This one comes in from the first year to the third year from transplanting the plant. This is the time when the plant wants to establish its roots, and if it's planted in the water-lodged area, it will experience the damping off situation. Then the roots will start rotting. We have a control of this. I'll start from the cultural, especially the fungal diseases. They need cleanliness. They need one to also create a good drainage system. We don't plant our avocado in the lower areas where the floods will be going to, or in the damp areas. So you'll lose your plantation if you don't do good drainage. We have fungicides to spray against this. But I think you will get this from an agronomist when a farmer needs that. When it comes to pests, it's attacked by two serious pests. One is the mites. The mites are very serious pests that attacks the fruits. Once they attack the fruit will lose its lookout. Yeah. It will dry. You'll always see a fruit with a pale color outside, not the green color now. Then when you maybe want to test it, you'll find as if it was plucked immature. So you'll lose the quality when your fruits gets attacked by the mites. We also have the thrips. The thrips are also very tiny. They usually attach themselves to the flowers. Then they make the flowers abort. We say flower abortion. So when you expect maybe 1,000 fruits in that season, but once it has been invested by the thrips, you might end up getting not even half of your expectation. So what you do, we have several ways of controlling the thrips. You either do biologically by introducing the predators. Those are the enemies for thrips. You introduce it to your yard. They will be feeding from the thrips. They feed the thrips on the thrips, but then themselves, they are not. They have no problem with your tree. So we have several biological ways of doing that. You can also do a spray of several other active ingredients, which I might not mention now.
So which are some of the remedies you can advise our farmers on how they can be able to sustain that market?
Once they enter into this business, they should ask themselves, are we able to remain in the market throughout the year and the year to come, such that it becomes part of the business? We have several ways of doing that. If your portion of land maybe has been segmented, you have 10 acres, say, Susan. Your 1 acre maybe should be planted in this season. Then another acre, another season, such that when this crop comes into production, the other block will come in another season, such that they go in that series. So you remain supplying your clients with the product throughout the year. throughout the 2 years, because this crop, as we said, starts producing after the 4th, 5th year, and becomes fully productive in the 10th year, going to the 100th year. This crop can stay in production more than 80 years. So you can also increase your productivity because you want to be consistent in the market by planting the 2 types of the avocado. We have type A, then we have type B. Type A opens it opens the flowers for pollination in the morning until noon, until the next day. So it is really a complicated type of plant because it has 2 types of productive organs present in the same flower. So, but when they open as one. So in the morning, type A opens as the male. All of them open as the male. But the following day, by noon, they open as female. So that's type A.
Very interesting.
Type B opens when the other one is closed. It opens at noon as male. The other one is opened as female. So they are able to pollinate and produce more. So once you want to remain in production, make sure you intercrop type A and type B such that they support one another when it comes to pollination. Type A, for example, we have the Hass, and the type B is the Fuete. So I will encourage our farmers to intercrop, though it's going to be a revolutionary development in a genetic diversity, because in the next generation you can't get your type A, but you'll get a crossed pollination, crossed breed of type A and B. But you will remain in the bucket continuously because your crop won't miss the pollination.
There is the other idea of grafting, grafted avocados, whereby you can graft the both varieties. Would that help would that work the same way as intercropping the both varieties, the Fuerte and the Hass avocado?
Yeah, Susan, they will work on the same way, same direction, and even better because you'll be minimizing your space. Instead of intercropping one line Hass and one line Fuerte, you'll be having all of them on the same tree. So if you graft them on the same tree, that's the Fuerte and the Hass, type A and B together, when it comes to pollination, they will be pollinating themselves from the same tree. Then they will be making the new generation of a diversified genetic makeup.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the quality of this fruit will still be the same?
The quality will be the same, but the trace elements will be different. Yes.
Wow, that is interesting. So let's talk about value addition. And value addition is one of the ways that farmers are now using to help them curb the post-harvest losses and all that. And as we know, avocado is once it's ripened, I mean, you cannot store it for a very long time. What are some of these value addition processes that farmers can use to just prolong the shelf life of this fruit?
You realize 70% of our produce, especially the avocado, comes from small-scale farmers who get challenged when it comes to storage facilities. So they are forced to sell their produce at a throwaway price because they cannot retain the produce at their home because they will be compromising with the quality out of the first life. So I will always ask them, after making cooperatives, they come out with a formula of value addition to their crop. For example, those farmers who are able to do this, maybe outside our country, we are able to make the avocado oil.
Yes.
It's avocado oil, it's a vegetative oil which can be used like any other vegetative oil. So once you have the avocado oil, you can keep it at your own time and sell it at your own time. You can export it at your own time. So we can also make the animal feeds.
Yes.
The seeds themselves and even the foliage, they can be crushed and blended to the animal feeds. They are very nutritious.
Do that require machineries to do that?
We have crushers. We have crushers. You can see them in homes. They are not very expensive. Once you mix them in that formula needed by the nutritionist, they are not very expensive. You crush the seeds, you crush the fodder, and finally come up with animal feed, mixing with other things. So you can pack this animal feed and you export or sell at your own disposal time.
So in a nutshell, what advice do you have for our viewers tonight?
I'm asking our youths who have still enough time to live at the 30s, 40s, they can venture into this farming as they do other things. In the 10th year from their transplanting, maybe they are doing other things,
yes,
and the farming will be going on. So since it's not much labor, time intensive, they can join this farming. So I will ask our farmers to join the avocado farming because it is really an easy way, is a type of farming they can do.
Okay.
Yes.
And I'm sure there are those that are also watching us and they would want to get more information. So how can they reach you?
Yeah, I'm always phone call away, and I am available at my office at Kitengela. They can find me at Stageview Plaza, first floor, room number 3. You can reach me on agronomy consultant on Facebook page.
Let me say thank you so much for your time. That was very insightful. And I believe our farmers and our viewers have really benefited from that conversation. So thank you so much for keeping it KTN Farmers TV. That is all we had for you on today's edition. I am your host, Susan Mwangi. Until next time, it's bye-bye from us.